Hey everyone, welcome back to Smoking Ape Reviews. Today, we're diving into Dying Light, the Beast, the newest standalone title from Techland that brings Kyle Crane back from the dead. Almost literally. I've spent hours in the infected world of Castor Woods, running, fighting, and transforming into something terrifying. In this review, I'll cover the story, characters, gameplay, graphics, controls, performance, and whether this brutal evolution of Dying Light is worth your time. Let's get into it. Overview and story setup. Dying Light. The Beast is a full standalone spin-off that continues Kyle Crane's story years after the events of the original game. After being captured and experimented on by the GRE, Crane has been transformed, no longer fully human, but not a full monster either. He breaks free from a facility hidden deep within Castor Woods, a remote, decaying region filled with forests, villages, and forgotten research labs. This time, the story focuses less on world politics and more on Crane's personal battle revenge against his captor, known only as the Baron, and the constant struggle with his inner beast. The setup is strong. It's dark, emotional, and gives fans the continuation they've wanted since the first game. The writing has a few predictable turns, but Crane's inner conflict gives the story weight and makes it feel more personal than Dying Light 2 ever did. World and atmosphere. The new setting, Castor Woods, is smaller than Harran or Villador, but more detailed and atmospheric. It's a claustrophobic, haunted forest, setting less vertical, but full of tension. Daytime exploration feels calm, even peaceful at times, but the nighttime sequences crank the tension back to classic survival horror levels. You'll hear the forest creak, distant screams, rustling in the dark. The sound design is outstanding. Combine that with the dynamic weather and eerie lighting, and you've got one of the creepiest worlds Techland has ever built. This is where the Beast truly shines. The tone is darker, slower, and more psychological. Exploring Castor Woods feels unsettling and cinematic, like the horror roots of the original Dying Light are back. Gameplay mechanics and combat. At its core, the Beast keeps the series' trademark gameplay fast parkour, brutal melee combat, and dynamic night survival, but refines everything. Parkour. It's tighter, faster, and adapted to natural terrain. Instead of rooftops, you're leaping between trees, rocks, and ruins. Combat. Still melee-focused. Every hit has weight, dismemberment is gory and satisfying, and stamina management keeps tension high. Beast Mode. The new headline mechanic. Crane can unleash his infected side, temporarily gaining speed, power, and brutal finishes. It feels amazing when unleashed, though it has a cooldown and can leave you vulnerable after it ends. Enemies. In addition to classic infected, there are terrifying new creatures like Chimera's mutated apex predators that stalk you through the woods. Progression. You earn XP for combat, parkour, and beast actions, unlocking 3 skill trees. Beast upgrades let you extend transformation time or add devastating attacks. Combat is the best it's ever been, especially in Beast Mode. The only downsides are occasional clunky grabs in parkour and stealth missions that don't quite fit the flow. But when you're sprinting through the forest at night, chased by volatiles, it's pure adrenaline. Controls, UI, and performance. The controls are smooth and familiar for fans of the series. Movement feels responsive, climbing is snappy, and melee strikes connect cleanly. The Beast Mode transitions are fluid and cinematic. The UI has been simplified, inventory management is quicker, crafting is intuitive, and missions are clearly tracked. Performance is solid overall, though a few bugs remain. Miss, grabs, texture pop-ins, and rare crashes. On high settings, the game runs well, even with big hordes. Console versions handle it fine, though with occasional frame dips during storms or intense fights. It's well optimized, with only a few rough edges. Nothing game-breaking, just the typical launch bugs that Techland tends to patch out quickly. Length, side content, and replayability. The main campaign takes about 20-25 hours if you stay focused. Exploring and doing side missions easily doubles that. Side content is a mixed bag. Some quests are emotional and well-written, expanding on the horror of the GRE's experiments. Others are simple fetch or escort missions that feel repetitive. That said, replayability is strong. thanks to difficulty settings, co-op play, and skill-based progression. You can tackle the world differently, depending on how you build your beast abilities or weapon loadouts. It's worth the price. There's enough content to justify a full release, and there's plenty to do even after finishing the story. Weaknesses and criticisms. Let's talk about what doesn't work so well. Parkour bugs. Sometimes Crane fails to grab ledges or stumbles on uneven terrain. Repetitive missions, some side quests and objectives reuse the same structure. Predictable story beats. While Crane's internal conflict is great, the overall revenge plot is pretty straightforward. Crafting system, a bit simplified compared to the previous games. Less depth in weapon mod variety. Performance hiccups, a few lighting and texture issues, especially at night or during rain. None of these are deal breakers, but they do keep the beast from absolute perfection. It's a strong evolution of the series, but still shows some roughness at the edges. Atmosphere, graphics, and sound. Techland has always nailed atmosphere, and the beast is no exception. The visuals blend realism with stylized horror fog rolling through the forest, flickering lights in ruined labs, and grotesque creature design. The lighting is exceptional, especially during dusk and night. Shadows move dynamically, and your flashlight barely cuts through the fog, keeping tension high. Audio design is the true star here. Subtle whispers, distant screams, and Crane's own breathing immerse you in the fear. The soundtrack combines low industrial tones with tribal percussion matching the primal theme of the beast within. If you play with headphones, this game will crawl under your skin. It's easily one of the most atmospheric horror experiences in years. Who it's for? If you loved the first Dying Light for its survival horror and night terror, you'll feel right at home here. The beast goes back to the roots: danger, darkness, and desperation. Players who enjoy co-op, crafting, and fast, visceral combat will have a blast. It's also perfect for horror fans who want more than jump scares. This is dread through atmosphere and sound. If you're looking for deep storytelling or a completely bug-free experience, you might get frustrated at times. But if you want intensity, tension, and power fantasy moments in beast mode, this game delivers. Final verdict: Dying Light. The beast feels like Techland finally embracing the horror side of their series again. It's dark, fast, brutal, and personal. Crane's return gives emotional weight. Beast mode adds satisfying chaos, and the world of Castor Woods feels alive and haunted. Yes, the story is a bit predictable, and there are technical rough spots, but when everything clicks, when you're sprinting through the forest, hunted by monsters, heart-pounding, there's nothing else quite like it. Final rating: 8.5 from 10. A must-play for Dying Light fans, and a great entry for anyone craving a deep, terrifying action horror experience. Thanks so much for watching my full review of Dying Light, The Beast. If you enjoyed it, make sure to hit like, subscribe, and tap that bell for more game reviews and breakdowns. Drop a comment below. What did you think of Beast Mode? Did the horror hit right for you? Or do you miss the city vibe of the older games? Thanks for watching, stay alive, and remember, the night always belongs to the beast. Yes, the story is a bit predictable, and there are technical rough spots, but when everything clicks, when you're sprinting through the forest, hunted by monsters, heart-pounding, there's nothing else quite like it. Final rating: 8.5 from 10. A must-play for Dying Light fans, and a great entry for anyone craving a deep, terrifying action horror experience.